And we got a few days until deer closes, and then gonna be focused on elk. So we're right there. We're getting towards the end of our season here, and I need to put something on the ground. I went deer hunting last week, 2 weeks ago, over in Eastern Oregon on some buck tags we drew. We did see a couple small bucks, just nothing that we were interested in shooting. And you know, there's a stigma out there of what a good buck is, what a trophy is to somebody and maybe not to somebody else. And I've always been a big believer in that if it makes you happy and it makes you shake, then you made the right choice. If you walk up to the animal and you go, gosh dang it, I wish I could shoot another one, this is just not the right one, and you probably didn't shoot the one you were looking for, and hopefully you learned something from that. I know for me personally, it's been a while now that I shot a very respectable buck, and I walked up to it and I had that feeling of he's not as big as I thought he was. And it took me a second. I mean, it was kind of a moment of light when I had to kick myself in the butt a little bit and go, wait a second, you just took the life of an animal, you need to show a little more appreciation for it. But in that same moment, I also learned that my standard, because I've been doing it for long enough now, has now been raised a little bit. So everybody idea of a good animal is different, and that's what it's going to be, and that's what it's always going to be, you know. So for me, generally speaking, outside of the ears is what I'm looking for when I'm talking about mule deer hunting. Obviously, we're all chasing that 180 plus buck, you know, that's what we're all looking for. But for me, a good quality animal is outside the ears. So again, we got a couple days of that, and then we're going to be doing some elk hunting for the next few days. There have been some wolves around camp area. If we could get a shot at one of those, that'd be dandy. I would be more than ecstatic. I'll tell you, a wolf is my ultimate animal that I want to harvest. I think they're the apex predator of the Northwest, and I want a shot at one. But anyways, heading over there, getting excited. I'm finally excited about it. It's tough to get excited when you're at home, just because you're in the day-to-day grind. So getting ready to go do it, and I'm looking forward to driving home with Bone in the back of the truck. Nothing better than everybody looking over to see what you got in the back of the truck. So stay tuned, we got a good one for you. Yesterday all the guys were getting the stock ready, and I was making peanut butter jelly sandwiches because I'm good at that, they're good at that. And I thought I heard a wolf howl. And I come out and I asked Gus, I go, did you hear that? He goes, yeah, but I think it was a person. It was just a really faint, short howl.
Yeah, too short.
Too short. You know, with the wolf, it's usually a long, drawn-out howl. They have that big lung capacity, and so they're able to draw it out. So I came out, and we were all listening again. It was another short one. So Gus decides to howl back at him. They kind of get a little interaction going. Well, then there was one that was very distinct. It was very obvious, and that's when all three of us, John, Gus, myself, looked at each other and go, that was the dog.
Yep.
So Gus goes, grab your rifle, head up the hill. All right, sounds good. So I go running up the hill, and I didn't run. There's no running in my life. But
just a little hill.
There's a little hill. So Gus is at the bottom. They're still doing what they're doing to the stock.
They're still loading mules, just talking to this wolf howling back and forth.
And I get up about, a couple hundred yards from this cliff, and I hear that wolf howl, and then about 3 minutes go by and it howls again. And I go, holy shit, he's coming closer. So I stopped right there in my tracks. And I got kind of set up the best I could. And this has never happened to me before, wolf hunting, but it was very much like coyote calling.
The wolf cherry.
Yeah, it was the wolf cherry for sure. So all of a sudden, this super light gray wolf comes trotting around the hill and gives me a broadside shot, but he's moving. So I try to stop him with what I thought was a wolf howl. It's more like that injured dog that gets hit on the side of the freeway and it's kind of scabbering around. But anyways, it stopped him. But it stopped him to where he sat down and looked down the hill at me, behind a little bit of a stump there. I'm trying to make it sound like the shot I missed I'm about to tell you about. I'm trying to favor it on my side. But anyways, so the dog is about from here to here. It's looking at us, or looking down the hill. It doesn't know I'm there, but it's looking down the hill, kind of where Gus is calling from. So I don't have a rest, so I'm free-handing him. And I got him in my crosshairs, and I squeezed one off, and it felt good. It sounded good. I went up there, looked for sign. It was a clean miss. And that dog was maybe 100 yards away. But never in my life have I expected a gray wolf in the wild to come like that. I mean, it worked out perfectly. And so we were talking about a game plan earlier. Game plans are all good and well, but when you're hunting, that game plan, you need to be able to throw that out the window right now and do something else. And I think that's what makes people really good hunters.
They get set on going to a certain ridge or doing something. You just got to be an opportunist, just like a wolf or anything else. They go down, they know they're going to go this way, but they don't know what they're going to run into that way. And once they run into it, then change up your game plans.
Yeah. Well, hell, that was the way in here.
Pressure too.
Yeah, the way in here, you know, I'd ask Gus what had he been seeing for game, and we had about a 5-6 hour ride yesterday to get into Spike Camp, and he goes, I've been seeing some deer on the way. Well, we jumped this bull track on the way over here. You know, again, you got to be willing to shift gears in the middle of a hunt, in the middle of a fishing trip, whatever it is.
It's an elk track, but I hadn't actually seen an elk. I'd seen some wolves, and bear, deer,
So,
fox.
yeah. So, anyways, general game plan today. We're gonna stay up in elevation. We're up here around 8,500 feet. We got a couple feet of snow. The wind's coming out of the northwest. You can tell it's pretty cold, and we're gonna be hunting the east side of the ridge. Well, that's east side of the ridge, yeah? Kind of southeast side of the ridge?
That's actually south.
That's
yeah,
south?
we'll be hunting down
way.
onto the breaks, the river breaks, and I think most of that game's going to be down there. Be a little more melted off.
Right.
A little easier to hunt.
Yeah. One of the advantages of coming up high and just getting it over with is that when you glass, you think of it as a cone, right? My buddy Jack Sauer taught me this. Think of it, you're on the top of the cone and everything comes down. So you're able to see so many different vantage points, and then from there
we'll be looking for miles and miles away, country that we've hunted before up on the Middle Fork, and I mean you can see for 100 miles from right up here in the saddle.
Yeah. So Gus was real nice. He said he's gonna carry my spotting scope, my camera, my lunch even.
Yeah, I don't mind packing it all. I got this new pack frame for people's backs for kids, and I figure I'm probably the right size to put in there, so I'll put his stuff in my pack and he can go ahead and pack me on that frame.
That's right. All right, man, we're gonna go get after it. Hopefully we got some dead stuff on the ground later for you guys.
Got him. Shoot him again. Shoot him again, he's fine.
High country heroes. And it goes, they wait for the rooster to call up their mule, saddle in darkness like the old cowboys would do. They line out their string, headed for something new. These high country heroes ride into the blue. Old campaigners and coldbacks too follow their heroes through switchback and saddle, their master's hand pulling them through. By winter's end, they'll be striding in tune, thanks to that hero giving his all through and through.
He's a perfect deer for what we wanted to have happen today. And as long as you appreciate your animal at the end of the day, it was the right buck to take, or the right animal to take. And I'm happy with this guy. I'm absolutely tickled with this guy. We're gonna come back and do it again, I know that much. We got meat in the freezer. That's right, pepperoni sticks for the guys on the fishing boat next year. You're welcome. Anyways, I appreciate it, Gus. I appreciate you. John's running the camera right now. I appreciate John, all the hard work that goes into this. Until you've been into this backcountry with the guys doing this, you'll never know how much work goes into it. because you're part of it when you're riding back here. When you're riding back with 16 head of stock, I don't know how many bales of hay we had coming. You get back here, the tent has a couple feet of snow on it. Everyone's working just to make it work. And so all that together makes this a good deer. So I'm tickled with him. I got just a spot for him. He's going right on the nightstand with the Euro mount. He's gonna be cool. So I'll enjoy him for years to come and have a lot of stories about him. So,
Yeah.
so anyways, Gus, let's go kill a buck. We gotta get this guy cleaned up, get him out of here. We're gonna try to be back before dark. That's usually not our MO. We've never been back before dark. So we're gonna see what we can do today and keep on watching. Hopefully we put a big bull on the ground also. Thanks, guys. I even got that one on camera.